my name's Marie Von Rueden, and one of my favorite teachings comes from St. Therese. She talks about and asks this question: do you realize that Jesus is in the tabernacle expressly for you alone? He burns with the desire to come into your heart. And so when I think about this tabernacle and how if Jesus resides in the tabernacle and we're made in the image of God, then Jesus also dwells within us. And a couple years ago, I was very privileged to be able to go on a pilgrimage. And throughout my time and journey to these many different places, these holy places, I started to realize that a pilgrimage is also the spiritual journey of seeking for God, longing to know a truth that He wants to reveal to my heart. And so at the very end of this pilgrimage, our last stop was the island of Venice. And on this island of Venice, if you talk to the natives, all of them tell you have to go see the Basilica of San Marco. So it's building up this anticipation of just the grandeur of this basilica. And as we were waiting in this line to enter into the basilica, I noticed this woman who was hunched over. You couldn't really see her face. She was covered from head to toe. She had mismatched shoes on and this really thin cane that didn't offer much support. And I noticed that while we were standing in line, the line would just sort of bubble out around her. Something made people very uncomfortable to stand next to her. As I was standing in this line, I knew that I would be approaching her next, and I could make the choice to either meet her or move away from her. And so as I got closer, the only part of her that was extended was her arm with the paper cup. And I walked up, I dropped some coins in the cup, and something made my hand just move to her arm. And as I touched her, her face just rose and she lit up and she started weeping and she grabbed me and she kept saying over and over, "Grazie, thank you." And then it really struck my heart. I didn't know the last time that somebody had touched her and how much we can communicate just through touch. And as I came to the entrance of the sanctuary and entered in, I saw all these tourists taking pictures, and I began to wonder if the tourists realized that Jesus was inside the tabernacle in these places, but that He was also inside the tabernacle of this beggar woman. And so there was this invitation through this beggar woman that I realized God was calling me to have the desire for poverty, because within the desire for poverty, we have this desire to empty out everything within, so that like a tabernacle, we have the space and the emptiness to allow Christ to come in and to be solely dwelling within our hearts. That's where I learned poverty is our privilege. To be poor like Jesus is to be able to accept this humility that in our littleness, His greatness magnifies. And so I invite you to seek God in others, to ask Jesus to see with His eyes, to love with His heart, so that we may be able to encounter Him through every person we meet.